Hey, 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 what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Actors Endurance, where we are giving you some gems, some great information, especially since pilot season is right around the corner. And today's episode, we are going to be giving you, Marlon, you tell them what we're talking about.
It's all about demo reels today.
All about the demo reel. You're listening to Actors Endurance, a podcast that inspires actors to never give up on their passion and find ways to continue to grow within the entertainment industry. My name is Shanette Wilson, and I'm an actress, and my co-host is Marlon Hargrave, and he is a teaching artist. And together, we are Actors Endurance. Okay. So today's episode is all about demo reels. Now, if you're a smart actor, you watched last episode, and that was all about the headshot. So now we're talking about the demo reel. The demo reel is a important tool in your actor's toolkit. I'll say, in your little gym bag that you have to display yourself. So the demo reel is short clips of you performing. They are showing your best work, showing you as an actor, showing you your brand. And it's the first thing that the casting directors are going to see. And that's how they choose a lot of times on whether they're going to call you in for an audition or not. Sometimes you get booked from your demo reel. So, demo reel again are short clips of your work, professional work, as professional as possible. We'll go into that in a minute, but your professional work as an actor. You don't want it to be more than 3 minutes tops when you're starting out. Keep it about a minute.
Yes, and it is important because in this day and age, as the people say, they need receipts, meaning that they want to see
Mhm.
evidence that what's on your resume or what's on your IMD page or
IMDb.
what, yes, IMDb page, whatever you have on there. Um, it kind of, your resume is matching what you are saying you have done. So the days it used to be back in the day that you could just kind of put down anything, and it was kind of hard to go back and check that, but they can check it very easily. So um, and just like Shanette said that it's sort of your video ID, if you would. So, when they see your resume, your headshot, and then they kind of see, well, does this person, do they look like they are their picture? Are they acting like they are their picture? And oftentimes, you want to be able to match that. So it's very important for your visibility. And she's right. Nowadays, people are casting remotely. So at least you may get a shot off of your demo reel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the one way that they can tell that you are a working actor. So now you're wondering, if I don't have a demo reel, how can I get one? Well, you came to the right place because Actors Endurance, we're here for the actor, we're here for the artist. So we're going to tell you exactly what you can do in order to create a demo reel. And not only just any demo reel, but a nice professional one, something that looks great. So, how do you make a demo reel? Number one, wait until you are ready. What does that mean? Are you training? Have you taken classes? Are you studying? Are you practicing? I mean, if not, this man right here, call him up, call him, email him, text him, you know? Yeah. He'll get you right. Yeah. So, you definitely want to wait until you're ready to have a demo reel. You don't want to just take your camera and just start performing scenes and putting it together, putting clips together, and then putting that up because what they say, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So if you have trash up there and then later down the line, someone has seen that trash later down the line, they end up, you have some great stuff and you actually started training and then they see something great. it's kind of hard to trust you because you don't seem consistent. So make sure that whatever you put together is good.
Yes, and practice it, practice it and try to get a professional opinion on your performance before you put it out there. And be critical on yourself. It's you have to look at it and say, am I believable in this scene? Because that is what you're putting out there. And a first time, person first seeing your work, if that's what they see, it's a mental imprint. And it's so important because some people, if you do bad enough, they may not like you ever. It's just, you'll run into these people that are just like, I don't care for that person. And it could be something as simple as what we're talking about now. So you want to make sure that you're putting out the quality work or, quality work from within, meaning that you are trained, you've worked the scene. You're just not getting it one day, like you get a scene one day and then you shoot it the next day. No, give yourself about a week or two to really get it down. See if you can rehearse with the other actor, rehearse in the space so that you'll be able to. And this is if you do not have a reel and you go to a real house, you know. But if you're
Yeah.
actually doing a movie, then try to put your best foot forward.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a lot of this information is for our beginner actors. If you're just starting out and you're fairly new to this, you want to definitely rehearse and practice. And because I know our veterans, come on vets. Come on vets out there. I know y'all are studying. Y'all have been in this for a while, so you understand the work that goes into a 1, 2, 3 page script. You understand the hours and all the breakdown and everything. So that's what we say. Wait until you're ready. Make sure you're training, rehearsing, you have it memorized, and you have it broken down so you truly understand the story and your objective within that. So once you do get ready, I put these in order of ease. So it's really easy, with professional real services. Pretty much all you need is money. Student films, there, if you're in, especially the major states, Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta, there are plenty of schools around here. If you go on Actors Access, there are plenty of student films constantly. So pretty much all you have to do is submit. If you have a good picture, 9 times out of 10 you can get booked for these films. um Self tapes. Self tapes, if you're on Actors Access, 9 times out of 10, if you have a good headshot, you'll get an audition. Now, the cell tape's a little bit difficult. You want to have another person in the scene. However, if it's really well done, it's doable. Now, professional work, I put that last because it's the most difficult. Sometimes it's really hard to book. And then once you do book, it's hard to get your footage. So I put those in order of ease. Now, professional real services, there are plenty of them. As Marlon said, when you do book a professional real service, make sure that you sit down and you talk to the people. You can rehearse with your other actors that are in the scene. A lot of times they will choose actors that they have in their database to help you out if you don't have someone that can work with you. And then, make sure you rehearse, and you also put a lot of work and time into this because you're paying for it. And they're usually between $1,000 and $2,000 to get this footage. So you want to make sure that, you're definitely doing your due diligence. And we have a couple of, if you're in LA, New York, or Atlanta, Actors Endurance, we're here for you. So we gave you a couple of, a couple of options. So if you don't know where to go, here we go. What we got first? We'll give them the coldest place. Oh, good old New York. So who is this right here? We got
This is this is an actor. It says professional actor TJ Craig. So I don't know much about this company, but really this is just more of an example of companies to look for and what to look for, saying that they do demo reels, professional demo reels. Um, my recommendation for all of these is do your research. Look at the way that they shoot. Some demo reel places just they have you sit down and then they go over the shoulder, main shot. That's what you want, then cool. Some of them shoot on location, so there's coordination and things that need to happen, which a good studio will be right on top of. But uh,
Mhm.
so call them in if they're out of your price range, then keep finding people as you go along. But this is a great place to start.
Mm-hmm. So we got demo reels by TJ Craig in New York. So if you're in New York, go ahead check them out. Now, if you're down here in Atlanta, you can go to Compass Actor Services. Uh, yep, okay, they're doing in person, and I like that they have consultations too. So it's good to talk to the people, make sure you get a good feel for them. But always do your due diligence. This is just one option down here in Atlanta. So we got Compass Actor Services. And then if you're in good old sunny Los Angeles, then you can go to Jig Reel. Oh, okay. And they work with the major studios too. So it's a good one. That's a good one right there. But definitely, check out their footage, check out their work. Price always. And yeah, it's all about research. It's all about research. So definitely
And
do your research. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was going to say that with your student films as well. Make sure that it's a senior thesis. I mean, if you really want your best footage, the senior thesis is what happens is they get all of the equipment. Most of the people that are working on it are probably 2 or 3 years into the study. So the team around you, the sound, and people working on other parts of the equipment have a fair amount of training also. So you have a better chance of getting some pretty good footage out of that. But the pre-grad and all of that, you're kind of rolling the dice on that because they're not quite where they are. They may not even be able to get to rent the equipment that they need and so on. So you can do all of the student films. I would say try to get in there and find your range. The great thing about student films too is you can do roles that you're really not known for. You can kind of widen out your range, or you can find variables within your range if you happen to play the same type of character. So when you're doing student films, be looking more for how you can sell yourself. um, I want to say even more so than trying to be a great actor per se, but take on a role and say, okay, let me do this so that I can have some balance in my reel and be able to show people that I can play a variable roles or play different type of characters.
Yes, yes, definitely agree with all of that. And also, if you guys want to get into student films and you haven't seen anything on the breakdowns, go down to the school and with your headshot and resume and let them know that you're looking for work. And I'm sure, they can pass that along to whoever has a project coming up. They can contact you. So that's an easier way to, be proactive about it. Now, when we get into self-tapes, I don't necessarily recommend it, even though it can be done, it's possible. I would say if you're in a pinch and you have really done your due diligence and you have some great equipment, a great, actor and someone actually filming you, then yes, it is possible. But if I were you, I would steer clear of that. However, it's possible. You just have to really do it the proper way. Now, professional work, of course, that's always the best way. Sometimes it can be challenging to get your footage. However, the footage is usually much better. Not only that, you can add like a little title in your clip showing what show it was on or what network it was on, which makes you look even better to whoever is watching, these casting directors, producers. So yeah, the professional work is always the way to go. Now, we also have some things on what not to do. Hmm. Oh, some common mistakes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're doing theater, please don't put your clips from the play on your demo reel. That is a big no-no, and that just shows how much you don't know also. So not only is that a big no-no, but they're looking at you like you have no idea what you're doing. So stay away from that. Acting class, uh, I mean, I've seen that done a lot because some acting classes do create scenes. I just, I'm not a fan of it. I'm just not a fan. What
And,
do you
and
think?
I'm not a fan either. As someone who teaches, normally I would cut the camera off because you're growing, you're developing. I don't want actors to get up in their head thinking that they have to perform when you're in class to actually grow. So I always thought that people kind of turn on the performer if they know they're being taped and they know that they're trying to use it. So, it's a reason why professional sports don't really show practice because you see the flaws. So the idea is to actually practice in a safe enough zone so that when you're able to perform, when you pick your services or when you actually get a role, then you're able to put your best performance out there. So, don't, and I see people who kind of put monologues out on social media and all of that. It's out there. It works just like a reel, and somebody clicks on there and they see a subpar performance, you can say, "Oh, I'm working" and all of that, but you're showing flaws, and it's just not recommended at this time. Um, you can show people that you're working in another way, but
Yeah.
showing and displaying something that you're not quite ready for, or before you put it out there, actually show it to people in the business and get a business critique so that if you are putting monologues out there, it's just not people going, "Oh, that's kind of cool," or "Hey, great job. I would never do that." Like, okay, but a casting director may say, "Well, I may never hire you if this is what you're putting out and this is all that I'm seeing." So definitely beware of your social media and how you're using it to promote yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. And also using multiple clips of the same project. Just pick the best clip that showcases the best version of you. Don't choose like out of the whole movie and you got 5 clips of the same thing. Don't do that unless they're contrasting, unless there's a big contrast in what the character is portraying. Okay, but outside of that, that's a big no-no. And then also obviously outdated footage. Don't use something when you were 17 and now you're 30. Like, don't do that. Mm-mm. So don't use outdated footage. People can tell. you know um and then what's that next one? That's interesting, huh? Starting with an introduction.
Hi, my name is Marlon Hargrave, and this is my reel.
Nobody cares about all that. Just let's get to the point. You just wasted somebody's 5 seconds. Like they'll probably
Yeah,
turn it off after that. Like, well, okay,
yes. Just
yeah,
just open it up with you first.
hmm,
You are the first shot. Remember, you're not trying to show the scene, or you're not trying to do this for comprehension or anything. You're literally there to show them that you have acted in a movie or a project, for one, and number two, that you can act and that
yeah,
you can be believable on the camera. So again, you take your best scenes, or if you are, I've seen people do a very specific type. Jeanette plays very specific types. So if you want to say, "Hey, I want to showcase my ability to show the same type of actor," or I'm sorry, the same type of character, then you can show your best performance, and then the ones that which ones that are a little bit stronger than the other one, or one that you had more time. But I agree that if your character has a flip in there, like in a cop show, if you're one of the day players or one of the actors who are only going to be in there for that episode, oftentimes you're lying in the beginning, they may catch you in the end. You can show that contrast of, where you were emotionally when it started and then where you are when it ends. But if you have to showcase your type, then showcase your strongest, most current, depending on which one is stronger, but definitely the most current if you can, and the biggest, the ones that have the most names attached to it, or the streaming networks, available on Prime, or even if it was available and they took it off, note when it was available. It
hmm,
should have a track record somewhere. So,
oh
you
yeah,
know,
for sure. And then last but not least, leave the music out of your demo reels. We don't need music. We only want to see you, and we only want to hear you. maybe the other actor here and there, but it's all about you. It's your demo reel. So again, leave the music out of it. We do not need no big old musical score. And then on top of that, it's your demo reel, so make sure it features you most of the time. It can go a little bit to the other actor in the scene, but they mostly want to see you, your reactions, you, how you're speaking. So make sure it's not featuring other actors more than it's featuring yourself. Okay, so that's the most important thing. So y'all, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's like one of
Yeah.
the most important things. So you got to make sure that yeah, make sure that you guys, have your complete package together. If you haven't watched last episode, we're all about headshots. You got to have your headshot together. This episode was all about demo reels, and I think we might have to do a little resume. I think we might have to do a resume. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
So
probably.
yeah, so stay tuned so we can definitely do a resume so that you guys listen, we have the complete package, okay? So you guys want to have the complete package as actors. All right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. You hear that?
What?
You don't hear that ticking? Boom! Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. We got that Adam for you. That kaboom moment in your head. And the acting
Oh
tip of the
man.
moment for
Listen,
today is acting
acting
tip of
tip.
the moment for today is when you are doing professional work, try to make an arrangement in the beginning because once they pay you, they don't owe you real. They don't owe you footage at all. If you would like it a little bit early, see if you can talk to one of the producers or something to be able to get your footage early, or you can kind of wait for it to come out. But what if you're doing an independent project that may not come out for a couple of months? You try to go in and make an arrangement and try to sign it, have them sign it with with your waiver so when you're filling out your waiver form, say, make a request or talk to somebody about getting your footage. Remember that this is to sell yourself. And if it's something that's going on a major network, then yeah, you really want to be able to put it on there as quickly as possible. So try to make arrangements in the beginning. Do not assume that they're going to give it to you and try to put it in writing.
Yes, this is a cold, cold world, and this business is cutthroat. So yes, make sure you get something in writing and a good contact so that when you got to chase these people down, you know who to call.
Which
Email.
you will.
Yeah,
You will have to
at
chase
some
them
point.
down, trust me.
At some point, yeah. And then, all right, listen, we're gonna move on to the quote of the day before we get up out of here. So, for the quote of the day, oh, I just love this lady. I actually got to meet her. She's on my vision board. Listen, y'all, vision boards work. Vision boards work. I have had, as soon as I put it together, I want to say within 30 days, I started meeting because I said I wanted to work with these people, but be specific because I worked with them in a working environment and not an actual like an acting environment. So be specific. I messed up, but now I know how to fix it. But either way, I got to work with them, got to meet them, was on set with them. Wonderful. So this is one of them, Regina King. Ah, lovely, the lovely Regina King. So she has this quote that goes, I don't think something is a failure if you put your all into it. I'm a big fan of saying, nothing beats a failure but a try. Did you hear that, y'all? Nothing beats a failure but a try. So
Let me hear some
therefore,
snaps.
that hey, hey, okay, okay. So listen, y'all, when you guys are going through and putting your demo reel together and you're putting your package together, if you make a few mistakes, that's fine. Because there's really no such thing as a real mistake. It's just that you tried something, it didn't work, you keep on going, you try something different, right? That's all it is. So yeah. So with that being said, listen, we're gonna leave y'all with all these good information. If you haven't watched the headshot video, go ahead and watch that. That dropped on the last episode. And you
Yes,
can
it
go
is.
to Yes. Make sure you guys check out our website, actorsendurance.com. All right. So we got all our merch available. We got more information about us. You can train with the great Marlon Hargrave. And then also check out our YouTube channel so that you can get all the episodes. We're also on Spotify. We're on Red Circle. We're on all social media. So yeah, definitely. When you get a chance, go ahead and check out, you know what I mean? All this good merch that we got here. We
Yes.
got shoes, slippers, you know, t-shirts, hats. We got water bottles with the speaker. Hey, come on now. Yes, yes, yes. So listen, y'all. This is Actors Endurance. Thank y'all for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yep. Remember, greatness is a process. Always hone your skills. Peace, y'all.